Good morning, everyone. It's David here this morning. I'm just on my morning walk, which I do for exercise, and I just I'm just learning about how to do YouTube and experimenting with what creating a YouTube channel is like. Um, I've learned a lot, and I have a lot to be thankful for from Joe Scott from Answers with Joe, and Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut. Um, because they've really inspired me to begin creating content about the things that I love, and to try to begin to help educate the world about important topics like maths, science, and computer information technology, um, which I have a strong background in. But I haven't taken a educational approach to it before. Um, but I'm really excited to be able to contribute to the world in this way of of helping people through the magic of the internet to better understand things like science, maths, engineering, technology, and all of the little applications and details and the ways that those things can help move our society forward, our civilization. Well, I say society. Sometimes I think I mean civilization. Um, yeah. So, I guess what's on my mind this morning is that I'm walking through Sydney, um, and for a long time I've had a strong interest in environmentalism and sustainability. Um, and we're in the midst of one of the worst bushfire seasons that's ever occurred in um, in Sydney, and the political leadership of our country don't want to acknowledge that it's the risk of bushfires is made worse by climate change, and as well as the length and severity of the bushfire season. There's an obvious connection there. The leader of our country recently went on holidays to Hawaii in the midst of bushfires in which people have been killed and homes have been lost. And climate change is getting to a point where it used to seem very ethereal and abstract, but it's starting to bite with real world effects that are very obvious. But it seems that there are entrenched political interests which don't want to acknowledge that it's there. I don't know if that's because they get donations from the fossil fuel industry, so they don't want to sort of make the changes to the political system and our economic system that are necessary to adapt the world to a zero carbon economy. But there's just the frustration that is starting to be displayed is it's something that just can't be ignored anymore. So, and for anyone else who lives in Sydney, I mean, you can just see it in your day-to-day life. Like, a few days each week now in summer, the sky's blocked out because of smoke, which is coming from the bushfires. Or, you can see in... Anyway, so that's the first thing I was thinking about this morning. The other thing I was thinking about was the impeachment of the President of the United States. Now, I know I'm not an American, and I don't have a right to vote in American elections, but the US president is the leader of the free world, or that's one title for him. And Australia does consider itself as one of the free democracies in the world. And it's become pretty clear over the past 6 months that Mr. Trump is engaging in conduct which is against US legal constitutional principles. So he released a transcript in which it was clear that he was he was asking for a favor from the leader of Ukraine, which was to investigate Joe Biden. He was leveraging that leader by using the gift of military aid, which is US public money, to obtain that favor, and that's pretty clearly illegal under US law. So the House Democrats drafted articles of impeachment, which the House eventually voted on, and are now being have now passed in the House, and according to the Constitution of the United States, there should be a trial in the Senate. Although there seem to be questions emerging now about whether or not that trial will be conducted fairly, and even whether or not witnesses were allowed to be called. So I guess that remains to be seen. Yeah, I guess those are the two main things that are on my mind this morning. And I'd be interested to hear your thoughts and your ideas about what's going on. And let me know in the comments below.